You are only 9 years old. While wrestling with the other boys in the palace courtyard, your tutor notices something strange. They scratch your right arm, but you never react. Concerned, he takes you inside and holds a burning candle close to your skin. You feel nothing. You are developing leprosy. As the Prince of Jerusalem, you were born to inherit one of the most important kingdoms in the world. But before you ever wear the crown, an incurable disease has already begun destroying your body. By the age of 11, the diagnosis is confirmed. Leprosy. In the 12th century, there is no cure. The disease slowly destroys the nerves, leaving its victims unable to feel pain as their bodies gradually deteriorate. Most people with leprosy are cast out of society, but you cannot be. You are the heir to Jerusalem, and the kingdom still needs a king. 2 years later, your father dies, and at just 13 years old, you become King Baldwin IV of Jerusalem. Many of the kingdom's nobles see a sick child on the throne as an opportunity to gain power. Only your tutor continues to believe in you without hesitation. Meanwhile, an even greater threat is rising beyond your borders. A brilliant Muslim leader named Saladin is uniting Egypt, Syria, and much of the Islamic world under a single banner. His ultimate goal is clear. He wants Jerusalem back. At 16, that moment arrives. Saladin marches toward Jerusalem with around 26,000 soldiers. You can gather only 375 knights and a few thousand infantry. Your advisors beg you to stay behind the city walls and wait for reinforcements. Instead, you choose to attack. Although your disease has already weakened your body, you personally lead your army into battle against impossible odds. Your knights smash through Saladin's forces. The invasion collapses. Thousands of enemy soldiers are killed or scattered, and Saladin barely escapes with his life. For the first time, the entire kingdom believes its young king is capable of miracles. Victory on the battlefield cannot stop the disease. By the age of 18, your condition worsens rapidly. Your hands weaken, painful wounds cover your body, and even mounting a horse requires assistance. Inside the palace, political enemies become just as dangerous as those outside its walls. Your sister's ambitious French husband begins positioning himself for the throne, while powerful nobles divide into rival factions. At the same time, Saladin quietly rebuilds his armies, knowing that time is fighting on his side. By 20, you can no longer walk. To hide the damage caused by the disease, you wear a silver mask. Your body grows weaker, but your judgment remains as sharp as ever. When your brother-in-law recklessly breaks a truce with Saladin and nearly starts another war, you remove him from power despite fierce opposition from the nobles. Instead, you appoint a trusted and experienced regent, placing the survival of Jerusalem above family loyalty in politics. Soon, Saladin invades once again. A frontier fortress is surrounded, and your regent hesitates to attack. Although you can no longer ride or even stand, you order your servants to carry you to the army. The sight of their dying king appearing on the battlefield transforms the soldiers' morale. When Saladin sees the banners of Jerusalem approaching, he chooses to withdraw instead of risking another confrontation. It is the final military victory of your life. At 22, you lose your eyesight completely. Unable to leave your bed, you continue ruling through trusted advisors. Knowing your sister's husband would destroy everything you fought to preserve, you named your young nephew as your heir instead. You forced the kingdom's nobles to swear loyalty to the child, buying Jerusalem a little more time. A year later, your nephew is crowned king. It is not a perfect solution. It is simply the only one left. Your kingdom is fragile, held together by promises, laws, and your own determination. Every decision you make is no longer about winning. It is about delaying the inevitable. Actually, just 24 years old, after ruling Jerusalem for 11 extraordinary years, your body finally gives out. You endured blindness, unbearable pain, political betrayal, and a disease that should have ended your reign long before it did. Yet you held one of the world's most contested kingdoms together through sheer determination and even defeated Saladin at the height of his power. 2 years after your death, the man you spent your entire reign trying to keep away from the throne loses Jerusalem to Saladin at the Battle of Hastang. Everything you fought to protect is gone, but not while you were alive. History remembers many kings for the kingdoms they conquered. Baldwin IV is remembered because, against every impossible odds, he refused to surrender until his very last breath.